So today's principle is movement. So same sort of setup applies. Go ahead and label your sheet movement just so that you know that it's yours, your name. And then put the dividing line down the middle this way and break it into your 6 boxes. Again, if you've got a ruler and you want to do it with a ruler, that's great. And same thing on the back. We want a line that goes down the middle. And you can eyeball this or ruler it, whichever makes you happy for movement. Okay, so if you remember from the PowerPoint, when we're talking about movement, we're talking about how we're moving, we're trying to make we're trying to make the viewer's eye move throughout the artwork. So we want it to start in one place and end up in another place. It's not to be confused with rhythm, which is where the image appears as if it's moving, but now we're just talking about how when we look at the picture as a whole, where does our eye go to first and where does it end up later on in the design? So one way that's sort of more obvious to do this is by use of pictorial aids. So you can start by, maybe you have some really big shapes that gradually get smaller in space. Now, for some people, maybe not everybody, but for some people, the eye would start here and kind of move through this design following those shapes as they get smaller and smaller. Then you can make your design interesting. Put something here at the end, maybe some little splays that go out this way and whatnot, so that your piece has you fill the whole space. You don't want to leave a whole lot of negative empty space in there, but you want to definitely get this sense of traveling through the scene. So that's sort of one option, and you have many others as well. Another good pictorial guide is the use of arrows. They're sort of like drawing things, but drawing pictures of things. But for this design, I think it's acceptable to, shh, buddy, I'm recording. I think it's acceptable to put some arrows in there. And you want to sort of give it that sense of the eye starting and then moving across the design throughout the space. Again, don't forget to fill in the rest of your space with some interesting shapes and things so that there's not a lot of empty negative space, but we do want your eye to sort of travel in some way through there. Sorry about my kid walking in there, fun part of teaching from home. Okay, so this is sort of 2 basic options. I'm sure you guys can come up with so many more other cool and interesting things. Again, another way that you can add to this idea of movement is by putting a little bit of shading in there. Maybe this first arrow is going to be really, really dark, so the eye knows to go to that one first, and then the second one becomes a little bit lighter, and then the third one is even lighter still. So you might want to just start by kind of putting some of these different values in there so that we get a sense of where you're going to go with this idea. I'm going to color in some of these over here just to help create that balance that we talked about last time in the overall placement of my design. Okay, so I want you to do 12 of these, 6 on this side, 6 on this side. Same rules apply as last time. Come up with interesting, creative, original designs. You're welcome to look on the computer for ideas, just don't copy. And then post a picture of both your front and your back sides by 5 o'clock. Thank you.